Shout out to my pops, mad love, it's nothing but love, you already know. We played a dozen, so it ain't even nothing to take personal like that. It ain't. It just ain't. Big up to him for, you know, I was making fun of him for hoarding things earlier, but what I will give my dad credit for is keeping this oysterizer blender right here. This is actually a remnant, an heirloom from my mom. My, what's the terminology? You know what I'm talking about right now. There's a way to refer to people who have passed on. It's one of the last things that we have, or one of the only things that I have to remember her by. I have this and a picture upstairs, which is like the only two things that I have of my mom. It's sad, but it's pretty cool. Thanks, Dad, for holding on to this for so long. But this is coming out pretty good. Hopefully that is as tasty as it looks. Spruced it up a little bit with some black pepper. I ain't gonna front. I put some adobo in there just because I was desperate, and that's all we got. I was looking at the ingredients on the adobo, and it ain't even that bad. All it is salt, garlic powder. Oh, it's got some sugar in there. Sorry if this is super close. It's got some sugar in there. Spices, including turmeric, citric acid, and silicon dioxide. It's an anti-caking agent. Uh-oh. They did us a bamboozle with the silicon dioxide. Who knows what that is? Silicon, I think, plastic. All right. Time to eat. Catch up with you. Itashimasu! Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Yeah, they're pretty scrumptious. Oh yeah. That's definitely how I remember. By the way, I'm so thankful for everybody tuning into and staying abreast of what's going on. There's always something happening. I'm in love with everything. My life is love. Love is the way I live, and I'm choosing to move into that. In love and out of love. I'm moving in love and I'm moving out of love. Shout out to Grandma Willie Bell. I don't think she's ever gotten a shout out on this channel. There she go. I miss her. This is breakfast. It's huge. I shouldn't have put that much on my plate. I'm not even trying to eat that much. Segue this book right here. It's written by my guy. He's my mentor. He doesn't know me. I mean, he kind of knows me. We've DM'd once before. Once. Sean Stevenson has like one of the #1 health podcasts in the world. He wrote this book called Eat Smarter. He also wrote the book Sleep Smarter. So amped to dive into this book because I want to eat better, man. I want to be healthier. I want to be a better person. And I think food is like a conduit to do that. This has a lot of science and peer review research in it. And this dude is a really good researcher and I respect him. My diet for the past 10 or 12 years has just been me like throwing spitballs at the wall and seeing what sticks. I feel okay, but if food really is medicine, I should feel amazing all the time. Because I have the time, space, knowledge, energy, and effort to really be conscious about what it is I consume. So I got that book. Shout out to Sean Stevenson. And I will be happy, more than happy to share with you whatever it is that I learned from that book. Such as, food and fat have a really interesting relationship. Your body fat's #1 concern is to keep you alive. It's a tragedy to have so many diets and fat loss programs without teaching people how their body actually burns fat for fuel. Telling people to just burn off more calories than you're taking in is as incomplete as having Netflix without the chill. The truth is, your metabolism is like a unique fingerprint that only you have, and your metabolic fingerprint consists of several key elements that determine how your body interacts with the food that you eat. It's much bigger than simply managing your calories. The first thing you need to understand is your body fat is an organ. That's ultimate goal is to keep you from taking a dirt nap. Your fat really does care about you, but sometimes it could be a little clingy. Did you know that not only does your body depend on fat, but it holds your cells together? Oh my God! Fat is required to make and sustain all of the membranes of your cells. Your brain cells are especially dependent on fat. There's a fatty substance called myelin. Myelin is a fatty substance that wraps around the nerve fibers in your brain and enables your brain cells to communicate with each other. at a lightning fast pace. Myelin is just one of the fat-dependent structures in your brain. It's about 80% fat. So it's ironic that we think so badly about fat when in reality you can't think at all without it. Thanks for coming to my live book reading. Hope you enjoyed it and got some information. Till next time. Yes! It's like 7:15 in the morning and I'm on my way to pick up my wee babe. I haven't seen her in a week and a couple of days. I'm so excited. I feel like a dad going to pick up his daughter. I'm only showing this because I kind of think it's right that you feel my pain for once. Or I show it at least. We always laugh together, but this is me most of the time. That drive is a doozy. But I just pulled up the camera so I can share with you her moments of excitement when I give her toys that I've been accumulating over the past week.
Daddy got you a ball, Munch. Blue's Clues. You don't care? Bingo! Yeah. Here you go. All yours. You can't even contain your excitement, huh? Wow. It's your first radio flop. Wow, you really don't care. Look, Munch. The box said it was for ages 16 months or something.
Wow. Okay. I kind of knew that was going to happen, but I just wanted to see, you know. But I'm sure at some point she'll find some enjoyment out of it. Right, Ora? At some point we will.
Bingo!
So, today is my last day with this wee babe. A couple of days ago, we were going down the slide together and she rolled her ankle. And so she refuses to stand on it.
Mama,
Want to get out? Shout out to Auntie Mary for giving this cool carrier to me a long time ago. It's come in handy. Alright, I got you. Let me get you out. Okay. See, right now she's standing on it. She won't walk though. But yeah, we were coming down the slide and as far as I know, she was like, you know, in line with my body, but I guess like one of her feet was just hanging out and I didn't notice because the little blockade was in front of my eyes. So I just went down the slide and by the time you got down at the end of the slide, she was crying pretty hard. And I'm just happy that it seems to be like a small sprain or a roll instead of like a break. Because when we were going down the slide, I heard my phone crack up against the slide. And when she started crying, my brain took the sound that I heard to her crying and was like, oh yeah, it's broken. So I freaked out for like 44 seconds. I composed myself. One of my aunts gave me a home remedy, which was just kind of like dampen a sock in some witch hazel and let it hang out on her foot. And that's why right now she has two different socks on. Right, Munch? You got two different socks on? You never realize how much you take for granted your baby walking around and standing up on their own.
Like everything, showers, brushing teeth sessions, making up the bed, getting dressed, changing diapers. She needs both of her feet for all of those things. But we've been doing pretty good though. We're working it out. To go into more depth about that, I kind of just wanted to take her to like a doctor and have them check her out. But on one hand, you kind of already know that if it's a sprain, there's not much they're gonna do besides slap you with a few $100s of a bill just for bringing her in, because that's a business and they are some of the highest overpaid people in the world. The lady was pretty scared about it because Aura doesn't really have medical records. She has a record of being born. I think we took her for like a 2-month checkup. Not took her, but we had like a Zoom call because this is pandemic era stupidness. So we had like a Zoom call with a pediatrician who was cool about the V word. The V words, over 80 these kids are supposed to have now. That guy actually moved somewhere to like California or something, so he's no longer available, and we just have to do, especially after this accident, there's due diligence that I need to do on my behalf to make sure that if anything does happen to her, I'm not scared to take her to like a physician or something like that. Because we've all heard stories about how parents bring, or at least I've heard one story about one couple who brought their baby in to see the physician and ended up having their child taken away from them. I don't know what the real story was, but yeah, I just don't want nobody acting stupid, acting like they need to take my child away from me because I didn't inject her with. So there that is. Oh, she's crawling. This is the first time she's crawled in a day and a half. So we're getting somewhere. All right. I totally understand why, as a parent and a human and someone who cares about the general health of the public, why you'd be concerned about what I just said in the previous clip. Just know that because of censorship, we can't even have that conversation. Like, how unfortunate is that? We should be able to have uncomfortable conversations. That's how we arrive at informed opinions, by speaking and conversing with people of differing opinions. And please know that I'm well aware of my source, God, universe given miracle of a right of free choice, and I will definitely exercise that free choice for myself individually and for my wee babe until she's old enough to make informed decisions for herself. The only thing I want you to consider, if you are like still very much one of those people who think that I can't say the word, that the V words need to be mandated, just know that in 1986 Congress passed the National Childhood V Injury Act. That act protects all V makers from all liability. So if your product is safe and effective, why would you need to be protected from liability? You know, that's just something that you need to sit with, and maybe we can talk about it then after you've sat with it. But until then, I don't really want to talk about it. I digress.
Be at my door every night.
Meow, meow.
How cats know? They can sense it. They have a cat sense. So cat people are cat people. Like, they can tell. They just know. They're like, oh yeah, that guy's totally a cat guy. And then they just hound you all day. Hound you. You're supposed to be a cat. I got her some cheap Dollar General food. I ain't even trying to get no attachments. No attachments, bro. I'm only feeding you because you got babies on the way. I gotta set up my shot. You know I ain't gonna not get my shot. Probably ain't even getting a shot. Alright, that's it. That's all that's left. You hungry hippo? It's not even a cat, that's a hungry hippo.